drought is over. G2 feast again.
With G2 playing the sides of the field, if they can have a pinch that crosses over, this will completely catch K-Corp off guard. But that was only one, the first goal from G2 in 15 plus minutes. K-Corp need a response, but you gotta be confident after what K-Corp have done so far.
They need a response as soon as they can get it as well. So far, unable to win a single game when G2 have scored. Beast mode confidently up high. Receives ball back down towards Atomic. Daniel with a great touch. Taps it towards that mid boost, can then collect Vatira. A double dunk, but Atomic strong arms him.
Now K-Corp being more careful on these 50s and what the potential result could be. G2, they've been able to force the ball to someone like Daniel, but with the solo play pitch!
Atomic for the potential series winner. Daniel with a huge carry. Sails over Carmine Corp. Crosses the Atlantic, and Atomic delivers the package that Carmine Corp did not want to receive. 1 minute 40 elapsed. It's 2 to the good for the hometown heroes.
G2 starting with a snowball, becoming an avalanche. The quick shots, the strikes that K-Corp can't turn around for in time. Now 2 goals for G2. There's still a lot of game 7 left, and it's K-Corp cutting it close with the post, and G2 with the beat, and it's open, but no!
It's wide at the end of that, a huge amount of pressure. Rice, right-hand side, with composure and boost, gets over 1, 2, not quite 3, as Daniel now steps in the way.
Rise getting out of Bati's way on the retreat. Atto, beautiful touch, slowing down Daniel. You don't want to let G2 have time. Daniel collects the corner boost, and get K-Corp jumping, and G2, how do they deal with Atto? 1v1 against Beast Mode, and then...
Atto, the Belgian battering ram! With Beast Mode in the way, all he sees is a target on his back. Boos rain from the crowd. Do you think Carmine Corp care? Does that just serve to set them more on fire? We're gonna see a great pass across, intercepted by Atto. Halfway through the game, and it's still competitive as ever.
It's only within 1, it's within reach. Grand finals on the horizon. It's Beast Mode trying his best. Atomic retreat, Daniel gets involved. G2, the pressure mounts. Bati, second touch just to clear, just to get rid of it. G2 can't get the bouncer. Bati with a good setup. Beast Mode follows through. K-Corp can't play that.
Rise has to keep his composure as he's battled down by on Beast Mode. Bati comes in to support him out of the way. But a pass against Central, all 3 next to each other. Beast Mode shoots, but wide.
K-Rise, he's got the ball on top, he's gonna flig. Atto on the wing, doesn't have boost, and K-Corp need quality opportunities. Daniel can't get the drop on Atomic. Atto reads it like a book. K-Corp have less than 2 minutes to get it done.
A demo in the back from Atto over towards Beast Mode. That ball Central, Beast Mode on the reset, comes through. Daniel with a win against Atto. Can't quite bump him out the way.
Here comes Vati, the cape for the French is on his back, and now the corner is contested. A lot of traffic for K-Corp to deal with. Beast Mode with a few touches, a reset, the
Beast Mode! That's North America on his back! Capitalizes on the error, flicks it over 1 and makes that top corner his home. G2 clear again by 2.
Beast Mode chance begin, 3-1. It's not the kiss of death yet. K-Corp can respond. And it's Daniel that pops it up. Rise was ready on the wall. Atto, shot on net. Atomic forced to react. G2 don't have space. Now they're getting demoed. K-Corp need to organize. They're too committed. They're desperate for goals.
There's midfield in the final minute. It's going to become even scarier. So many more chances.
Less than a minute. Bati wants to bounce off the wall. Beast Mode won't allow it. Rise. 50s. Bumps. Giving a chance for Atto. No shot. G2 are too quick.
Atto with a little bit of possession. Keeps it corner bound. The crowd, they become more and more electric.
And G2 just need to bunker down because the army is approaching. And it's Atto with the shot. It's wide off the post. Daniel recovers. Concedes the ball. Follows through. G2 need time.
They need time. And Carmine Corp, they need it even dearer. Chance for Atto here to shoot. Rise now, up for 1, down for the second. The demo, not successful. same old Victor. G2 Esports do not make it easy on themselves, but they earn the dub at the death. It took them time, it's taken them blood, sweat and tears. But a World Championship Grand Final is earned for the Kings of North America.
Reverse sweep 2 was almost in the cards.
So close.
So close. The broomstick in the closet.
We're going to be seeing G2 taking on the victor later on of BDS versus Falcons. It may well come down to another event where we don't see a European team in the final. It could be a rematch of Falcons versus G2. We've seen it before, we've seen who comes out on top, but there's still one more result to roll in before we get there. There's a lot of highlights to look at as well, but my word, you see how much it means to Vatira. We see the tears on his face. That man has got more dedication to Rocket League than many others in the game. On this chance, he didn't get the win. G2, a sublime effort.
With back-to-back Game 7s out of G2. The first championship Sunday for Daniel. Atomic returns to the grand final, this time under the same banner, but different teammates. Our London Major champions are going for the World Championship crown. This an insane series. The shot placement out of G2 was insane. Oh my God.
This story feels like it's straight out of a book. A fairy tale here in Dickies Arena in Fort Worth. Still more stories to write, and Leaf to continue the narrative.
Dickies Arena, you asked, and G2 sent them home. Atomic, that was a nerve-wracking match, I bet.
A little bit.
I need you to walk me through this because at the beginning, it looked like you guys had it on lock, but something flipped. Walk me through that.
I think they got a lot of confidence because they had nothing to lose at that point.
Right.
And they just started rushing every ball and getting a lot of good dunks. And that led to us kind of being in bad spots, but it was also us just kind of wanting to close out the series too fast.
Oh, okay. A little bit ahead of yourself here.
Yeah.
So how do you reel it back in then? How do you stop that pressure you started feeling?
That's what Sathu does. Like, he reminds us what we have to do. He's like able to objectively see like what we stopped doing and what they changed, and he tells us. And Game 7, I mean, it's about having to execute, but like having him behind us makes us way more confident.
It's good to have that extra perspective.
Yeah.
Now, I was going to ask too, for him, is it more of a strategy talk? Is it more of mental? Where does he lean in terms of directing the team in those moments?
I'd say it's strategy. He definitely knows how to like pump us up, and he screams the loudest out of all of us. But yeah, it's definitely strategic and telling us what they changed and what we stopped doing.
Well, I'm curious then, coming into a match like this, I talked just before, and Falcons said they came into their matchup with a plan. How do you guys approach these final moments, you know, the last few games you have to play on a championship Sunday?
Right before this, like after our last series, obviously we were like calming down for a little bit because it was like ridiculous series. But after that, we were watching what we were doing right against, I think it was like Falcons, because we had a really good scrim against them and we were just reviewing that.
Now I gotta ask, looking forward, do you think we're gonna get the Dickies Arena special and an organizational rematch here against BDS on the other side after their match?
Yeah, I think so.
A BDS win, I'm looking forward to that. I think you guys are too. Let's give it up one more time for Atomic and G2 Esports.
G2 will play for the title of World Champion in 2024. The team built to do exactly this has done it. And they will also, they have completed at this point, Gibbs, the run of making every grand final they were eligible for this season.
And if you didn't buy a ticket to this event, you messed up. Yeah, Mesta, this has been one of the greatest tournaments ever. G2 blocked the reverse sweep, another game 7. And you expect, again, when a team loses 3 in a row, who doesn't score for 15 plus minutes, to crumble under that pressure.
Yeah.
But G2 battled back.
Man, they had to dig deep because K-Corp started so slow. G2 just hit him in the mouth immediately. Definitely coming more fresh into it since they got warmed up in their previous best of 7 earlier in the day. K-Corp reminded though that we're not no slouches. We were the EU1 for the first half of the season, and that's why we're here to play. Pushing them all the way to 7, but then it came down. You heard Masa, you heard Atomic. He said, Saf, you reminded them who you are, what you can do, what they're doing, how to execute, and then they broke the seal, finally scoring once again in game 7.
If this journey that they have had today is not proof that they are genuinely the best team in the world, the most consistent, not only physically on the field, but mentally, I don't know what else could rally people behind them.
And that's going up against K-Corp, who normally are so mentally sound as well. We saw Vati throughout that series, 0 goals. Did not score in
He didn't
any
score
of...
once?
No, he did not score at all throughout that series. And K-Corp, if just they started a little bit quicker, that's the question mark about this next match too, Falcons BDS. We saw G2 already play today, get a little bit of the warm-up. We saw it in those first 3 games.
Yep, and that made all the difference with GT. You see it, they ran the score up for the probably, I think, the first time all tournament against a really high-quality squad. And after that, it kind of looked like it took their foot off the gas, and that's all it takes in Rocket League for those of y'all back home. Once you take your foot off the gas, one game, that's all KC needs, that's all your opponent needed, and they kept running with it.
But that's what I loved about G2. We said their offense has been kind of lackluster. They would win based on defensive performances. Well, their 4 games that they won, they scored 3 goals, they scored 2, they scored 6, and then they scored 3 again on Champions Field. The offense is starting to click, and that is scary for whoever plays them in the final.
Look at this right here, that big deep ball by Atto right there. Farrah was laughing behind, you can't see it. He's like, wow, look, we're gonna win anyways. The energy in the building had shifted. The crowd had went quiet, but then after this, the boys struck immediately. It was a beautiful pass. You didn't see the first goal. It was Atomic, zipped it right across the box to Daniel, who slotted right at the crossbar. Dan made another great play, and that's what you need. If G2 are going to become world champions, obviously this Mo's got to do what he does, but it has to be Daniel, and it has to be Atomic as well. They all have to be on.
And that's what I loved about the first 2 goals. It was Atomic and Daniel. And then they handed off to the MVP. Beast Mode, just do it yourself. And he did it by himself over K-Corp against that great defense over there. G2, they prevail.
But this is the consequence of losing yesterday and having to play in from the first match. G2 going to have to play 3 matches in a row here if they want to win the title of world champion. And carrying energy, that's an exhausting match to play. Having to thwart a full reverse sweep there, that's what I'm looking for, reverse sweep. And the game 7 hurt. They're going to be exhausted. You're going to have to find a way to stay in that like momentum headspace.
Honestly, after what I saw in this one, because I was very curious if they were going to be really tired after the first initial game 7, I don't think they will be tired. There is a series in between. That's your moment to really just settle down, come together, and prepare for your last match.
Well, folks, James Bott is standing by. He got some analysis of G2. What do you see there, James?
G2 had to fight tooth and nail for this victory, and a great example of that is this game 2 overtime winner. Let's dive into it here. So Beast Mode punches it downfield. You'll see a little bit of confusion in the corner. Vatira panic hit out Daniel with the first 50. Atomic gets that challenge, and then here you see that he gets a touch out. He sees over in the middle of the field Beast Mode shaping up, but he also sees Atto awkward in net, facing towards the net, and also Rise in a very awkward position. After Atomic makes this touch, he doesn't give up in the play. Watch the angle that he takes across the wall as he continues on and prevents Atto from getting that jump. You see, he cuts Atto off at the perfect moment, opening that shooting window that Beast Mode takes. Rocket League is a game of inches, and wow, what a play that was by Atomic. Back to you guys.
James, we'll see if G2 can keep up that consistency in the grand finals, but we have to find out who they are playing. There are only 3 teams remaining at the World Championship. G2 awaits in the finals here for the conclusion of Falcons versus BDS.
Falcons versus BDS, a rematch at EWC Finals. We saw it already in this tournament. Team Falcons took down Team BDS in the switch stage in round 2, 3-1. I think we're seeing a new BDS this time around, though.
There are rematches all over the place. We have the rematch of EWC here in the preliminary final, and then regardless of who wins gives, we're going to get a rematch. Either Falcons versus G2, a rematch of the London Major Finals, or BDS versus G2, a rematch of the 2021-2022 Rocket League World Championship Grand Finals held right here in Dickinson.
Man, it's going to be fun no matter who wins this. At this point, we got 3 teams left. Any of them can possibly win. Falcons BDS going to be incredibly close. Again, we talk about the result in Swiss. That wasn't in front of the crowd, so we'll see how that all pans out. But G2 might need a power nap after that match. They played 14 games already today. Maybe a quick power nap and get ready for the finals.
We'll see how it goes, folks. We're going to take a quick one. When we come back, we find out who faces G2 in the grand final. Stick around. You won't want to miss it. BDS on the stage versus the Falcons after this.
Hey, Flo. Cool leg warmers.
Thanks. They're just for the bus ride to work. They're not part of the official uniform.
No tunes today?
No. My apartment was robbed last night. Took my cable-ready TV, VCR, portable cassette player.
Yep, all the latest tech.
If only Progressive had renter's insurance, like their home insurance.
Then we could bundle our cars and get the same 24/7 protection. I think we just invented that. This is the best day ever.
Well, I still got robbed.
It's still a pretty good day.
This is the opportunity, the dream that you set upon yourself. Here we go.
Hi guys, I'm Lethamir and I'm here with JamesBot today. We're watching 4 pros go through a dribble race on a 4-year-old map that was made by an incredibly brilliant, smart, handsome...
Didn't you make this map?
Wait a minute, I think I did.
So you were right.
Yeah, it's an incredibly difficult map. Even now today, I released it back in 2020 and I'm excited to see Jnaps, Tho, Juicy, and Radosin go at it on this map and try it out for the very first time, except for one player has maybe tried it before.
Yeah, well, and also, I have played some of your maps before. I actually learned Aerial Right playing your Rings map.
Oh, really?
Yes.
You're welcome.
Thank you. But this dribble map, this, from what I've heard, is a very challenging map. It's like, how many levels and when does it start getting hard?
There's 30 levels, and it honestly starts off pretty decent, but even after level 5, you kind of get into some pretty challenging things. I'm excited to see how the pros handle it. I wanted to create this map because we had dribble challenges before, but honestly, most of the players at that point with their skills would breeze through the maps. They knew what they were doing. They wanted something harder. So I took the time and took months of my time to just put together a really difficult, challenging set of challenges. And I think the pros are even going to struggle in 2024. We'll have to see how far they get.
So they've got 15 minutes to get as far as they can or even beat it. Will they beat it?
I don't think so. But every level they beat, they get a point for their team. It's Jnaps and Tho versus Radosin and Juicy. Let's see who gets the best aggregate score. All right, here we go. This is level 0. It's a nice little quick dribble to the first gate, but every level they beat here, they're gonna get a point for their team.
Okay, so this is just a dribble map?
It is, and it's very tough. I made this quite a few years ago, but it still holds up, I would say, for a skill. It's gonna be difficult.
And so how many total levels are there?
There are 30 levels.
30 levels.
They are not going to make it that far today, I don't think. They have 15 minutes on the clock to get as far as they can and get as many points on the board. Looks like we're mostly on level 2 here, so we're going to have to see if they can get past it. It's tough. If you go too fast, it's going to trip you up. But we have Tho and Radosin on level 3 now. I went back and revisited this recently, and I did not do as well as I first did when I played this map.
All right, so when does it really start getting tricky, in your opinion?
I would say level 8.
8.
Yeah, you have level 5 here, which is a bit of a dribble through rings, which is a bit tough to navigate and get used to, but then you go up a hill and you start to deal with some obstacles.
And then Tho is about to finish level 5 as well.
He is the furthest along so far. And yeah, level 6 is a nice little climb.
Oh, you have to jump right at the end? Oh, that is demented.
That is a little mean, I will say. You go through that whole challenge and then just maybe not see the gap. But that's kind of why I did it. But this is level 8 here for Tho. And this level is where it really trips you up. It has moving golden platforms that will get in your way. And you have to time your jumps. That's number 1. But now there's 2 that go back and forth.
Yeah, so it's the hurdle as well as the moving platform.
It is evil. I will say I really wanted this challenge to be, like I said, stand the test of time and really keep a good level of training for players. And you can see it's causing even pro players some trouble.
And you can see everyone else is still on level 5 as well. So
level 5 is a long one. I don't think we're expecting to see past level 15 today.
Yeah, and you also said 8 is where it's tricky. It looks like Tho is starting to navigate it. He's trying to slow it down. Time.
That's smart. Oh, his first pop wasn't great. Oh, and he reset. Okay. Radosin might make it to level 6. He has to take his time here.
Oh, he lost it.
Oh, he controlled it.
Oh, he's struggling. No way.
Oh, he did it. What was that dribble?
He had to go for the shot.
He made a shot on a dribble map. I didn't expect that. He also hit 2 rings.
That was crazy. I did not think he was going to keep that.
After that, he should make light work of this ramp.
Yeah, 7 is going to be a much quicker level, I think.
Oh, we might have Janas with a finish. He's got 1 ring left here to get through. Can he do it? He must be nervous.
He's got to jump if he hasn't seen it.
Did he flick it off target? Oh, he hit the post!
No! J-Nabs!
Yeah, you're seeing when players slow down and take their time and control the ball, they do well. Radosin has a decent climb here. He's got the final turn. Can he make it? I think he's got level 8 in the bag.
All right, now we have finally someone on the same level.
And they're on 2 different teams, so we have a bit of a competition. The scores are equal right now. It's a tie.
It is. I just realized that.
The ball is bouncing. He must be nervous. He's got to make it here. Oh, it's really bouncing. Oh, oh, J-Naps, come on.
He flicked it again. No, doink it.
J-Naps. He's collapsing under the pressure. We have Tho at the final jump here. Can he make it to the number 9 gate? We might have the first number 9. You know, he might be carrying his team because if he gets past number 9, J-Naps and Tho together could get a combined score.
Yeah, this has gotten interesting now.
We only have 5 minutes left of the challenge.
Oh no, he lost it.
Oh my gosh.
What a recovery.
Just air drill bump. Air drill bump. Air drill pop. Can he do it? He did it. Level 5 is complete. His hurdle is passed. Can he pass level 9 though? It's a tough one. You have to do the air dribble off the ramp back to the platform, and there are 3 cylinders that move, or 3 sets of cylinders that move back and forth.
But I mean, compared to the last one, I think it'll be
level 9 is not bad.
I think he's got it actually.
1 more jump. But the cylinders are coming.
He slowed down.
No, they crushed him.
Too much.
J-Naps might have level 7 here.
He did.
He's up to level 7, so he only has to pass level 7 now to get to the same level as Radosin and Juicy. Right now the scores are tied once again. We have 9 and 7 and 2 8s. Once they discover they can slow down and take their time, that's when they're going to really unlock their skills on this level 8, because it is a tough one. If you go too fast, Tho has another chance here. Can he make it to level 10? I think he did it.
Yes.
There we go. Now he's on the Wheel of Misfortune. This level is a quick windmill on the ground. You have to air dribble over it as it moves towards you. So you have to constantly do little air dribble pops. You know, it's crazy. I made this map 4 years ago.
That's four
years ago. And players of this skill, it's still testing them.
And then, so when you released it 4 years ago, I'm assuming there were probably people within the first month. Oh, and it looks like Tho might actually.
Oh, he did it.
Past
he made it to the ramp, and there's level 11.
Wow.
J-Naps. Please.
He's got it.
He's got it. He made it to level 8 at the very end. There's only 10 seconds left.
Oh, that's clutch.
He clutched at the very end. What an incredible run. It looks like Tho and J-Naps will take the win. That is it.
So that was the Lethamyr Dribble Challenge. Congratulations to Tho and J-Naps for getting the win. Taking down Juicy and Radosin, it's not easy to beat the French.
100%. Those guys are very, very good at dribbling. They have had so much practice with other challenge maps similar like that, and the fact that Tho and J-Naps pull out the win, especially after J-Naps, we're pulling our hairs out watching the 2 of them.
Yeah. Getting so
They were getting so close on all the levels, and Jams missed the gate twice on the same level. I'm honestly very proud of him that he kept going.
Yeah.
I think a lot of players would have rage quit at that point.
And you know, honestly, 15 minutes to get as far as they did is impressive. I probably would still be stuck on like level 3.
Oh, there's probably still people that are still stuck on that level from 4 years ago.
Well, I mean, speaking of 4 years ago, you made that dribble challenge map. Do you think it's possible we could get another one left?
Maybe sometime soon. But on that note, hope you guys enjoyed as much as we did. Until next time, have a great day, and we'll catch you.
Three teams remain in Fort Worth after G2 sent Carmine Corps home. G2, what a performance. And honestly, one of the loudest esports crowds I've ever heard in any venue across the 10 years I've been doing this.
Just the atmosphere in here is electric. It's a pleasure to be up on this desk when like the game ends and G2 wins, especially because obviously it was the opposite. We wouldn't hear anything. It would just be crickets. But it is great to see G2 in the finals for this crowd, especially. And it's the same when we go to Europe. I was like, I want a European in the final. I want someone that this crowd can root for and get behind. And obviously G2 is going to be fan favorites in that final.
And we were just talking, Gibbs, before we got on camera, that this really feels like the best world championship we've ever had. 2 game 7s. I don't care how long the day is if the games are going to be this good.
How's this one rank so far for you?
This one rank's pretty.
Better than 6?
Better than 6?
Top Cloud9's run?
Whoa. Let's calm it down to 6. The 6.
6 was special.
D2's got to get the job done for it to be better than 6. 6 is legendary for a reason, because Cloud9, they won it. And that's why. If they didn't get the job done against that Dignitas roster, that dynasty, then it wouldn't have mattered. So that's why 6 is really legendary.
That's very, very true. We still got history left to be written here, but that will be written. It's wild to me in these moments, Gibbs, to think about the fact that like within like 3 hours, like when we're eating dinner, we will know who the world champion is for 2024. But we don't know right now.
It's wild. And also last year too, we had like all favorites winning and winning pretty convincingly. We barely saw Neo Tokyo. Now it's like a guarantee every match is at least Neo Tokyo. And then we got 2 Champions Field today alone.
Yeah.
And almost
really
a
hope 2
reverse
more.
sweep from K-Corp.
Yeah, 2 reverse sweeps over these past 2 days were blocked as well. It's been wild.
That means we're due for one, right?
No.
Surely.
Yeah.
Bates can't take it anymore.
It would be crazy, folks. The bracket has been spicy. On knock-on desk here, I'm worried about cursing it. We have yet to have a sweep in the bracket. It's been the most competitive World Championship bracket, honestly, I think in the history of the game.
Only way we're going to have a sweep in these remaining 2 matches that one of these teams just forgets how to play Rocket League just completely, because these matches should be guaranteed at least going to 5. That's why I would say 5 or 6 close overtimes throughout. That's how all these teams play. You have some of the best defense in the game. G2's defense, legendary. Falcons defense, legendary. BDS's defense, they got Monkey Moon, man. I mean, that's a legend in themselves, and they're legendary. They're all too good.
Bates, how you feeling about G2? Were you worried? I know I didn't hear the desk, but how'd you feel after that one? Your heart still pumping?
I mean, I'm fine.
I'm fine.
I'm cool, calm, and collected. Job's not done if you're an NA fan and a fan of your arena. If you want to see G2 win, they got to get it done. I know they've been in every single grand final. I know they're London major champions, but they're not world champions. 2 times in RLCS history, we've seen this organization, we've seen that organization make it all the way to a grand final, and 2 times they've come up short. You know who else has done that? Yeah. Nobody.
I want when we're getting into talking about the match, I want to talk about those teams specifically. But again, like the rematches here that are on the line. If Falcons win, we get a rematch of the London Major, the last RLCS Major that happened. If BDS wins, they face off against G2 in the building. They beat G2 on the World Championship Grand Finals in 2 years ago. One of these stories is going to come true. Time to find out which one.
Introducing first, on the blue side, first they've conquered Mina. Now they've come to conquer the world. Give it up for Team Falcons!
Team Falcons, coined the best team in the world by myself. They have still not proven it when it matters most. In finals or in this World Championship, they have 2 more matches to prove it here. They played BDS Swiss round 2. The last game was 7 goals for Falcons to 2 for BDS. So they're gonna wanna pick up right where they left off.
But Falcons are the comeback kings, I swear. They may drop a game, they may go to even drop 2. They'll take a timeout and they'll look like a brand new team. But I think Falcons are done tripping over those laces. Now they know their competition. They've been to a final against BDS and they want to rewrite that story.
I mean, every time you have a team that kind of gets this curse on their back of, oh, we succumb to the pressure over and over again, the more times that they have that pressure, the better they get at dealing with it. But this is going to be a pressure unlike any other.
And introducing their opponents on the orange side, representing Europe. Can they run it back right here in Fort Worth, Texas? They are Team BDS!
Last time we saw them on the stage, they were playing against G2, and we thought, oh, the boos are because they're playing the hometown heroes, they're playing the crowd favorites. No, I think that Texas just remembers and holds a grudge against BDS for the last time we were in Dickies.
And the first World Championship for Trolley, but what teammates that he has. Exotic is having one of the best performances I've seen out of him, and if Monkey Moon goes to a grand final again, Bates, you're gonna have to put him #1 in your tier list, best player in the world, right?
Not if he don't win. Not if he don't win. Listen, I say this though. I say Exotic, he has been performing. He's been clutching in the Moon, man. He's not even fazed by the boos. This is 2 years removed from him winning the World Championship in this arena. He knows what he needs to do, and he just stands in the way. Their defense is so solid because of him.
And just 3 weeks ago, they played in the EWC Finals, and that was Falcons' home turf, and BDS came out and destroyed them. Falcons scored 2 goals in their 4 losses in that match. BDS won the series 4-2. They were the underdogs, BDS then. Now it feels maybe a little more coin flippy. I'm not sure which way it'll go, but again, the crowd is against BDS. But just 3 weeks ago, it was the same exact thing, and BDS came out on top.
I mean, but this is this Falcons roster, right? They're the stats leaders. Every time we check on the accolades that we're going to be giving away at the end, when it comes to offensive stats, this is the team that's got it in spades, and this is the team that it was the thing that you said was going to be the difference maker against Oxygen. It was the difference maker against Oxygen. Does that carry them here, though, against BDS?
So the one issue is their defense, right? I'm not sure what the numbers are like, but I have a feeling that if you're a grand finalist and you're the 12th best defense at a tournament, that does not happen often. Falcons have to clean that up. Yes, their offense is the best in the world, but you don't need to be the best in the world. Just play a little bit better defense and you'll be just fine. So Falcons have to figure that out.
And Falcons is about quantity, and it comes with quality, but it comes with suffocation. It's really hard to break out of your own half when you're going up against the Falcons, and it says it in the stats, almost 4 shots for Roas. And I mean, his teammates match that too, and you talked about a wave offensive warlords out there.
Yeah. He is over 1 goal per game, Roas, and 1 assist per game as well. That is unheard of. That has never happened before.
See, I mean, the other thing we talk about with Falcons all the time, though, is their speed. And they had that. I think when it comes to the mechanics, Bates, they've just got everything it needs. They need to be the best team in the world. And they've gotten more and more experience dealing with the pressure of being on a stage. Every time they get on the stage, I feel like this might be the last time we see Falcons lose. They might never lose again once they figure out that pressure situation.
Listen, they got to play a complete series, though. They can have all the pressure. Roas can score all the goals. He can average 1.0. His brother can average 1.0. TRK can average 1.15. It doesn't matter when you're playing against BDS. They suffocate defensively. They'll pull you in, and they'll keep on dominating. They frustrate you and frustrate you and frustrate you until eventually you overcommit, and then Monkey Moon strikes. Then Exotic pushes it in your net. So Falcons' offense is great, but you gotta be precise and clinical to beat
And the
this team.
individuals on BDS are so confident to go for those solo plays against any team. Exotic is on my fantasy team, and I'm on my feet when he's going for double taps against anyone's backboard. So Falcons really got to be careful on defense to not let that area happen.
And it means so much for the Falcons to go deep in these tournaments because they're tested 3 to 4 times a year. When they go to these international events, BDS, it's weekly for them. It scrims against the best in Europe, the best region in terms of depth there is. So BDS has always been tested. Falcons, though, they only get tested when they come here. And it feels like when there's a crowd and they get tested, they do fall apart at some point. But eventually, Wave, as you said, they will win one. It's just, is it today?
Is there a trap here for BDS? Is there a weakness that Falcons can exploit?
There's no weakness.
And that's why they're a top 4 team, right? Like I always say, it's more about you got to slow down the game against the Falcons. If you play at their speed, you will lose.
And that's what's so good about BDS and how they actually beat Falcons last time was slowing down Falcons and making them uncomfortable and force them to play slower. And Falcons, their speed is what makes them so suffocating and so aggressive and crazy. And that's why they can put up an insane amount of goals. If they can meet them halfway in the midfield and make these transitions difficult, that's how BDS can win.
Chat, let us know who you think is going to win. Hashtag FLCN in chat for the Falcons. Hashtag BDS for the Frenchman here. We will make our picks on the desk. Lemon, who you got?
I don't even know if I wrote my prediction for this because I was still running out of breath, but I think I got to change up my champion. I'm going to go with the Falcons. The crowd kind of convinced me there. They beat them last time. I think Falcons can do it again.
I have Falcons winning this whole thing, and there was one small doubt versus K-Corp, but I figured quality loss wave. I'm going Falcons. I think they are the best team in the world, and they're going to prove it here today.
Falcons fans are making some noise in the arena, and that's great. I think Falcons are a great team, but you got to earn your stripes. And if you want to become a world champion in Dickey's Arena, the road goes through Monkey Moon. It goes through Thanos Moon. And I believe that BDS will be rematched G2 in the grand finals. I got BDS.
It's crazy. I didn't know until right now who I was going to pick. Because there's a great story to be made for either side here. But I do believe that the experience on this stage, over and over again, having been in front of a crowd that was against them and now having the crowd at their backs means Falcons will earn a chance to play for the title of World Championship in 24. We'll see if they can do it. But how does the coin feel? We got BDS on one side. We have the Falcons on the other. And we're going to go with BDS on that one, as it's going straight towards the camera for it. So BDS going to be the pick from the coin.
Questionable. It seemed like you wanted to flip it.
I wasn't trying. If anyone ever thinks that I'm doing something, I am just trying hardest not to drop it. That's all that's happening there, folks. The narrow favorite in chat, the Falcons are a narrow favorite on the desk as well. But this one is so close, folks. 3 teams remain in Fort Worth, but only 2 can play for the title of World Champion. The finals have never been closer, yet these 7 games will feel longer than ever. The Middle East's fastest and fiercest versus the champions of Dickey's Arena. All their hard work culminates in this moment. It's Falcons versus BDS for a second dance with G2.
It's a dream to play on that stage, but for these 2 teams, the dream is to win a world championship. Only one spot in the grand finals remains. Falcons versus BDS to decide who goes on to the grand finals. Game 1 at Manfield brought to you by Progressive, our penultimate match of the World Championship. As that one just ricochets wide, and it is not a hope for either of these teams to be in the final. It is an expectation that you show up. Anything less is a disappointment for these squads. They've been playing at a high level all year long, but they still have to keep going. Both teams have traded back and forth. We've seen them in international competition, highs and lows, but it comes down to this series right here. Who will have their chance to take on G2 for the World Championship? Team BDS following a similar trajectory to when they won it all here 2 years ago. 3 different faces when you include the coaching change, as well as Exotic landed on a corner booster. He can follow this play up. So too can Trolley. Only Monkey Moon remains from that World Championship squad. Rawas almost 1-1 through, but Drawley will be there to collect as they go back and forth, throwing jabs either way, waiting for someone to flinch. Drawley's shot blocked by Killers. Follow-up here is just a little bit wide. BDS getting a little bit closer here on some of the plays, but gotta watch out for the counter. There's a quick shot. TRK quick to put that one netward, but Drawley able to get the denial here, and you have to be careful for if you're BDS. I mean, such a strong starting from them, but all it takes is one lapse of judgment, and Falcons will turn the knife around quickly. Rawas right at Exotic, and Exotic the better of the two on that exchange. Falcons will try again to clear from the opposite side now, and Rawas will only get as far as midfield. Here comes Exotic again. Boy, he has put in so much work here on this floor. All the time that BDS has spent here in Fort Worth. A lot of it's been due to Exotic's continued impressive play. He'll drop one down towards Monkey Moon, and Drawley slams the door shut on the near side. The other side of things for Falcons, Rawas has been there, almost a close chance, but it will be denied. CTRK trying to force this one mid, does get it down there, but Drawley will deny. And now Falcons are in a good position, able to trap the ball here. Watch when these players get on the ball. Sometimes that high nerve lets you throw away that possession away. But so far, everyone's been kind of keeping it close, playing a 50 game. Falcons kind of known for it, but they got a double come in for the save there. Now the Twins both up to make sure that stayed out. No follow-up out of BDS immediately. They take their time. Here's Exotic again, picking a spot. Rawas says no, but the net is open, and Drawley bounces it home. BDS strike first. Again, you spoke about Exotic, and you see him go into work here. He is able to pull off every single member of Team Falcons, makes the net as open as possible, forcing that double commit. That's the threat of Exotic. Now, Falcons down by 1, 2:20 to go here. It has not been a dominant run through this World Championship for Team Falcons. They proved to be vulnerable, especially yesterday. Killers has that ball towards TRK, but it's going to be Rawas instead. Around the boards. No threat on the other side as it goes all the way over to Killers. Monkey Moon at least set on by. Drawley starting to charge in, but he turns off, and Exotic will keep it at the back. They're not going to dive in until Falcons give them something to worry about. Communication for Falcons seems really solid. They aren't overcommitting on offense. They do have some strong field positioning to just get that presence to BDS, but still, they're not sending everybody upfield. They're always keeping one kind of back behind that midfield line yet, while everyone who is in front is working to make BDS uncomfortable. But BDS still maintain a 1-goal lead, and Falcons may need to speed it up. They're getting beat to these midfield challenges, and Drawley on top of the ball, not able to do too much with it. Well, TRK was going to take his time around Monkey Moon, but Monkey Moon gave him none of it. So back it goes. Boy, how about the patience of Exotic? Not panicking at all. It'd be so easy to do with all the pressure playing on the World Championship stage this late. Monkey Moon high, Exotic denied. With good faith on Exotic, expected Monkey Moon to get the flip and follow it up perfectly. A minute to go, though, Falcons in trouble. Unable to really get anything going offensively. They have been able to keep up the field positioning, but BDS's defense has been very solid. You expected this series to be tight going in, but that's a good 50. Exotic was last back, dove perfectly in time before someone behind him could pick up that demo play. BDS have to maintain this 1-goal lead. Falcons trying to get out of their own zone, but that whiff on the side is not going to help matters at all. Now Exotic just playing the possession game, trying to bring it away from Killers, and now here come Falcons, all just diving into the BDS half of the field. They realize now is the
Appreciate everybody on YouTube for liking and following.
Killers denied by Drawley. The arcane Rawas, it's Rawas who takes charge, 15 to go. Killers going low, and the shot from Killers blocked out. He was hunting, you can see him in the right spot. Chance here, TRK tries to drop it down, does get an extra touch. Rawas was keeping it, Killers goes for it though, and now TRK's low boost. Rawas has enough, he won't be able to get to the ball. Is there anyone there to keep this up? Killers does, and TRK off the respawn, ground boost and dropped it low. Pop up high, Drawley with the 50, it goes off the corner. Can Rawas get there? Does keep that ball in play. TRK pops it up high, Killers is waiting, hunting, he gets it through. No one's in net for BDS. Pass, no, it's Monkey Moon. Of course it is. He's the one to deny. But Falcons, no way. They're still keeping it up. This is unbelievable. Out of Team Falcons, and they may get one more shot. Out of the corner, and Killers blocked out. Team BDS had to play defense for an extra minute, it felt like.
Who do y'all think is going to win the finals, the world finals?
Towards the end, they are telling BDS they're not stopping until the ball hits the ground, and they made BDS look very uncomfortable, especially in those later stages. I think honestly, if you look back there, that Monkey Moon save toward the end, everybody was low on boost. Drawley and Exotic hit a double commit. Monkey Moon, to make that decision, to go for the turn, get that block out, was actually everything BDS needed in that space, kept them in the game. This one is, I mean, it's gonna come down to those type of
Appreciate everybody for all the follows and the likes.
Imagine that, this late in the tournament, a one-goal game as we look back at the Mobile One High Performance replay, and the only goal you'll see is that little bouncer out of Drawley. Lots of near misses, high drama in the opener, but still only 1-0 for the 2022 World Champions. It kind of feels weird calling them the former World Champs because, again, there is only Monkey Moon.
Who do y'all believe is going to win the World Championship in Rocket League? Put it in the chat.
As they had kind of been written off near the later stages of this season, especially after their performance in London. All they've done since then, win a LAN and put themselves in position to win another.
And you know Monkey Moon wants it. That's the biggest thing here. He's been in this arena before, and he has held the trophy. He would certainly like to do it again, but he's got to stop the Red Hot Falcons, who have been dominating, especially more so towards the end of the London Major. I mean, they've been dominating all season long. TRK!
The three most dangerous letters in the RLCS, TRK, strikes first, 19 seconds in.
That was an awesome score right there.
Can they hold off BDS, though, when you're most susceptible to giving up a goal right after you've scored one?
Big one there for Falcons. Now they're able to dictate the pace. You're going to watch them kind of control the ball a little bit more. We saw them turn up the pace there towards the end. Both teams have been really good at ball back. Oh, Drawley railed a shot towards Ned. Good on TRK to get the stop out. Expect high defense here from both teams. Oh, but BDS, they're trying to force the issue. Good demo from Monkey Moon Rawasco. Big 50, but it wasn't good enough. Drawley with the equalizer.
How about Exotic just holding his ground in the air? And Drawley, the follow-up. Quick answer out of Team BDS. Once again, Exotic raining havoc here on Falcons.
I mean, it was a speed test there on that play. You already had that initial 50, but Killers didn't have the boost, and Drawley was able to get there first. Sometimes that's all it takes in these situations. So now, equalized scoreline, anybody's game, and the physicality is starting to ramp up. Oh, so it's the passing as well.
What else will we see out of this one?
Appreciate the follow. Thank you for following.
Drawley chasing TRK all the way to the back line. Killers, midfield.
What? Yes! Oh, what a play! He said, go get it, and my goodness, did he? When does he jump? He's up so quick. I didn't think he was going to beat Monkey Moon to that. He straight dusted him to it.
Yeah, I'm playing.
We go. Falcons fighting back. After being held scoreless in game one, they are showing their fight in game two, but they got to be careful because BDS still knocking at the door.
They do have that quick hitter capability, but that one's given right to Ross.
Yeah, I won my round last night.
As quickly as he'd like, but did steal boost from underneath Drawley. Could be trouble now for BDS. Oh, quick turn from Ross. Almost ended
The winner of this will go to the finals.
Wins are all over BDS right now. Another boost steal. And Monkey Moon's got to be sure-handed at the back, and he is. And it's over to Drawley. The rookie does it again.
What a touch here as well. Monkey Moon forcing the 50, straight to Drawley. Great field positioning. He just is able to get the touch before the demo. And back-to-back goals. They're trading left and right. We had strong defense in game one, but it's been offense taking the lead here in game two.
First minute, Falcons score early. Team BDS scores at the end of the minute. Second minute, same exact thing. Got to work a little bit harder to knock out Team BDS. Now Rawas watches Exotic go over top. Got that one back down in front, and Drawley was there waiting on the doorstep. Just couldn't quite pull the trigger.
Team Falcons have plenty of boost here, Daz. They haven't been starved out. They have kept BDS in
SSL.
various positions, but BDS have made the absolute most out of what little they've been given.
A lot of teams, or at least a couple teams I've talked to, talk about Falcons being a team that can kind of make you a little bit uncomfortable to play against. But BDS, I mean, they're very familiar with those types of play styles. And you can tell.
They have no boost in the
Appreciate all the likes and the gifts and everybody that's following.
Just the illusion of the field positioning, forcing Falcons to maybe play differently on top of the ball.
I will be playing live later tonight.
Exotic still keeping this a tie game. Keeping it a tie game with no boost in the tank. And then they managed to get this downfield.
He's got to get boost.
95% to 5 for Team Falcons, and still they cannot break away from Team BDS.
Oh, big demo there from Monkey Moon. Killers no boost. There's the flick. Is it going to be a goal? Oh, he tried to read it. Exotic got it.
The read of the century out of Monkey Moon. He knew exactly where TRK was going to send it. Kept it available. Earns an assist for his efforts as well.
It's punch, counter punch, back and forth between Falcons and BDS. Oh man, that 50. Monkey Moon again. He's just so quick to the ball here. Championship Sunday Monday Monkey Moon. That's a tongue twister.
Tried again later. Here goes Monkey Moon again. Exotic was looking to steal some boost. Monkey Moon shot blocked by Rawas. And this time, no easy follow-up out of Team BDS. But that's where Falcons have kind of got burned. Second and third chance opportunities. I mean, they've given so many rebound chances. And while Team
Appreciate everybody joining and liking and following.
They've at least made Falcons work a little harder than they'd like. That one almost dropped down in front. Rawas had to save the day. And Drowley will have to settle for just slowing down Falcons out of the zone.
I mean, it's a mix of that first man aggression on the side of BDS, whether it's the boost steal or the bump, and then it's the second man challenges that have been very fast. Second man is always going to be a very hard position in Rocket League, but BDS has been very quick to the ball, and it's been kind of tough for Falcons to keep up speed-wise. We've seen moments where it's worked out, but BDS so far have used it to gain the lead and hold the lead. 20 seconds in regulation. Monkey Moon, fake challenge after fake challenge, but Rawas finally able to get the ball. Drowley's up early though. He's got to send him packing. 13 seconds now. Monkey Moon on top of that one. This one, pinch off the wall. TRK, are we gonna see some last second heroics here on the side of Team Falcons? This one drops down. Monkey Moon with a big time clearance, and Rawas tries to collect. They gotta go the length of the field. Demo on the play. Monkey Moon takes out TRK, but Rawas is still moving forward. Trying to get that one, but he couldn't keep up with the ball. And Team BDS take game 2.
Well, the common philosophy here is drop 2 in a row. Time for a timeout. We will see if that is the case for Team Falcons as they drop another one-goal game. This one where they led twice, but let BDS answer back very quickly. And then in the end, Exotic, the game winner. And Team BDS are halfway to another shot at the title.
Hey, I mean, you look at BDS there. I mean, fantastic work offensively. The number is also kind of interesting here too. BDS, 7 shots from Drowley, 4 shots from Monkey Moon, 2 shots from Exotic. You look at TRK, 7 saves out of him and 2 from Rawas. Definitely a more defensive game on the side of Falcons, but it didn't feel like it for the first half. BDS started to turn things up after the second. I mean, the first half did take a long time for all the early goals that were going in those first couple minutes. But then BDS hunkered down offensively and forced Falcons into the back end. Once they took the lead, it was just pressure, not give Falcons any space. As Monkey Moon, man, he almost scored that initial touch. Great follow-up from Exotic to give him the game.
There have been a lot of questions asked about this BDS squad, and I mean, rightfully so. A lot of change coming into this season, especially. How good was this Drowley going to be? Well, that's been answered. He has been a superstar. How good is Cassio going to be as the coach? He has emerged as one of the bright coaches of the scene. Very rare for a team with this much turnover over the period of time that BDS has had to still stay at the level they have, and yet through it all they've done is finish at the top of the rival series, finish at the top of RLCSX, win the world championship, go to another world's final. Now they're 2 wins away from doing it again. And on the other side, Team Falcons, who have been oh so close so many times, they can get to finals on their home soil, on foreign soil. They haven't been able to seal the deal just yet. How many more shots is a guy like TRK going to get? This is one of his best chances with the Twins by his side. But at the end of this timeout, they will have 2 games to figure it out against Team BDS.
Championship Sunday, not Team Falcons' favorite day. But they've got to turn the narrative around. Their defense, something they're known for so well, but it has been faltering when it's come stage time here at the Rocket League World Championship. Killers pass to Roas, trying to go for the high shot, blocked out by Monkey Moon. Another pass midfield, but no one's there to collect. Killers so far back, no play dash, just try to play a corner into the corner, but you're right, low boost.
I just watched 3 players from BDS all fight over the same boost, and they still didn't concede a goal. Here goes Killers. Gotta get one dropped down in front here, and Exotic says no thank you. Another one jackhammered down in front. Still loose, available, and popped away. Team BDS weather the storm again.
But this is good positioning for Falcons. They've started off early, keeping BDS stuck in their own half. That's a good shot from TRK, but it hits the crossbar. Killers was a little too far forward. He gets demoed. Roas with a full tank of boost, able to get back to get a stop for the time being. You see Monkey Moon waiting for that midfield pass. Someone's got to cut this if you're on Team BDS. And give the time for the pass, but Drolly able to stop things. TRK low boost, lets that one pop over him, but Drolly was privy to it. Anytime BDS get a piece of the ball, they're going to use it to make Falcons uncomfortable.
Oh, loose ball in midfield. That one just dunked back in by Team Falcons. Could have been dangerous if BDS was able to get it cleanly. Now Killers throw it at the back wall. Hope something good happens. Charlie's got to put in some extra work, and he does so to block that from ever becoming a shot. Another one thrown way downfield to test the Falcons. One of the Twins at the back with TRK. It's Roas. Had it drop down to Killers. TRK maybe getting a little too close. And he'll have to play that from the side. Can he take it himself? Nope. Monkey Moon very cautiously over towards Drolly. And Team BDS still don't feel threatened at all. What a big win out of Exotic. That's dangerous. And in from the rookie.
Drolly again. This one off of the assist from Exotic. TRK, a little bit of panic there as the ball rolls all the way over his head. Couldn't get the touch needed off that back wall, and it's an open look for BDS. We've seen time and time again, BDS offensive aggression, making Team Falcons a little bit panicky on defense, and once the net is open, I mean, it's just a simple tap in. That's all BDS have to do.
Monkey Moon was trying to drop another one down in a favorable position. This time Exotic will take charge. Center ball. TRK just about gave it away to Drolly, but he couldn't force it through. Now back the other way. 2 to beat. Drolly coming in from the back. Exotic thought about going. Now he's on the back wall with Drolly. They got to sort that out. Looks like they have with Monkey Moon coming in to stabilize, and Exotic will just take possession in the air, give him time to reset. And that's another job well done by the defensive team BDS.
Falcons, though, a little bit of room to work with here. Great instant challenge there for Monkey Moon. Trying to slow things down. Don't want to give him a free ball in the midfield. Oh, TRK in a tough spot, though. At the dodge the initial demo, man wanted to make sure he didn't pitch it off to the side.
That was a nice save right there. Really nice save.
Defensive breakdown again, and Drolly collects it, and now it's a 2-goal lead for BDS.
Stop me if you heard it. Exotic.
Thank everybody for all the gifts, the likes, and the follows.
I mean, listen, how a series starts for the first 3 games clearly hasn't mattered this weekend. But right now, Falcons are really up against it and running out of time very, very quickly. Drolly up high, down hard. No, Roas with the clear.
Team Falcons on defense are looking very shaky. And they are giving up goals they do not need to give up. Here's another midfield pass. TRK just can't even get a read on it. 1:30. BDS, they just have to control the ball here. Keep playing their aggressive style. Falcons don't seem to have an answer at all.
Well, the vision is there, but a vision without execution is merely a hallucination. Here goes Killers. Nothing else on tap here for Team Falcons. Rawas over to TRK, and still nothing directly at the net. It just kind of falters in front. There's a bump on the back wall. Another opportunity, but nobody on the weak side. And still, Falcons yet to capitalize on an opportunity here in Game 3. That's awkward for Exotic, and still he recovers to power it away.
So much time killed here from the clock. Falcons gotta take it from around the field again. So much high energy early on in the series, but it does feel like they're slowing down. Can Rawas get this one midfield? Gets it straight down, and even though TRK was there, he got demoed by Drolley. So free ball, Rawas wants to keep this one in. Got a bump on Monkey Moon, but Exotic was there to cover. TRK with the shot, and Exotic. Great recovery and a great stop. 20 seconds left. Falcons just want something here, but it's clear BDS is not giving it to him for free. Matter of fact, that net is looking wide open. Flips down the field, it won't matter. Exotic gets the goal. 3-0 in Game 3.
Another resounding statement from Team BDS, who are about to be 5 minutes away from another shot at disappointing North America here in Texas. Final countdown of victory lap in Game 3 as Team BDS inch ever closer to the finish line.
Time and time again, the phrasing I would constantly hear is Falcons are the best team in the world until they get to the grand finals. That is not the case right now. I don't even know what we just saw out of them on the back end. You're going up against a team like BDS. Of course, BDS are familiar with this matchup. They've had that preparation. They've had prior lane experience on this matchup as well. And they are coming out and making a statement. Not just to Team Falcons, but also to G2.
And when you look at it, I mean, you look at the simple stats, right? The shots, those are the easiest thing to look at, and you go, okay, clearly BDS must have so many more than Team Falcons, right? No, not the case at all. There's only one game where BDS has vastly outshot Team Falcons, but they're taking advantage of the opportunities that have been presented to them. Whereas Team Falcons, they have the shots. I mean, yeah, TRK had 5 shots. He's scored 1 goal in this series. Again, when they get an opportunity in front, they don't have the follow-up. And give credit as well to the defensive team BDS, Exotic, and Monkey Moon especially. As great as Drowley's been on the offensive end, they've created some messes and cleaned them up themselves. 1 win away, Team BDS from another date with G2.
We've seen this situation so many times in this building. A team goes up 3. Oh man, what a save. Hold on, Monkey Moon. Oh, Drolley went a little early. Falcons though, they're at 0. Rawas will force Exotic back. They can get boosted up. Like I was saying, we've seen a team go up 3-0 in a series, and then all of a sudden we're in Game 7. Will that be the case here? Can BDS close it out right here, right now? If Rawas makes the shot, it's going to make it a lot harder. Falcons on the board.
A rare miscue out of Exotic as he went flying by. An awkward ball at midfield. They find Rawas for a much-needed early lead. Falcons' leads have not lasted very long in this series. Can they make this one last when they need it most?
Killers trying to get that double commit off onto the side. You see Rawas now. Playing this high on the sidewall. Wanted to see if Drolley will clear it into him. Drolley instead tries to switch the play, gets it to Monkey Moon. Good clear there, forcing Drolley to use a lot of boost. Rawas doesn't have any, so he's waiting on the pad. So Killers will go up for him. TRK able to assist. Rawas moving up midfield. He's playing that right side. Killers on the left. BDS stuck on that back wall, trying to clear the ball out. Monkey Moon able to buy some space. It's a good read on the play defensively for BDS, trying again to stop the bleeding, but it's been all Falcons possession until that double commit. And now Killers will have to buy his team some time. That drops straight down. TRK tried to go for it, but the defense cleared away. Rawas to TRK. Oh, what a redirect!
When you need it most. Boy, the TRK is right there. Put it on a dime for him. Needed that desperately. 2-0. Surely this one can hold. Maybe another. Rawas. No. Follow from Killers just a touch too slow. Now, again, another closeout game. We're seeing the team down start to show some fight. Great offensive performance from Falcons. They were actually connecting on the pressure. But they got to be careful not to overextend. Exotic, he did get that demo. There's no one in net right now with full boost. Drow could get a high fling, but Ross challenges to cut off the play. Exotic, quick turn with the midfield boost. Left it for Drowley, and the save made. No follow out of Monkey Moon on target. It was easily blocked. Now Killers just ahead of Exotic. Team Falcons settling in now. In the game they absolutely must win. Will it be enough? Oh, Drowley almost won that one too. Good tracking on the play. Expected to get to where the clearance was going to be, but it wasn't enough. BDS still need two. Falcons would love to camp out on this end of the field. Here comes the follow. TRK blocked by Exotic. So close on some of these plays. Big time clears. Drowley's actually up for that. Got a redirect, but TRK on the back wall. Now it's Rawas. He's got a double. Does he get it? Bang! This is the Team Falcons everybody talks about as one of the best teams in the world. Maybe the best. But they still have a long way to go to prove it. 3-goal lead, biggest lead anybody's had in this final. Matches what BDS had at the end of game 3. Watch out. Exotic, awkward, Rawas. He's gonna play it away, he can't wrap around the ball. Defense is gonna get back in time. We may see a shutout here. Falcons keep up this performance. BDS starting to see them dive aggressively for the play. 1v1 situation. TRK 50. Is it through? No. BDS able to deny. Oh, watch Exotic. Oh, wait, all the way around. Oh, right through the line. Oh, Moon gets one back. They took it right back and gave him the same situation. Look at Exotic cut right through the defense. Great 50 in front, and Monkey Moon able to find the target. Now it's a 2-goal game, and BDS, it's still in their favor if they can get something quick. Monkey Moon turned up, but it was skied high. Exotic got a read ahead. Can't catch up. TRK gets it right back. That's exactly what you need if you're Falcons. Look at this great touch from Kills before the demo. TRK, another great shot out of him. Exotic just couldn't read it. Back to a 3-goal lead with a $1:36 to go. Ross bumped from following. He's still going to stay with the play, but watch out. This is a quick counter out of Team BDS, and Killers is there to shut it down. So now, for Team Falcons, can settle in just a little bit. Maybe not let their guard down as much. Got to be feeling real confident now that they've lit up the scoreboard to some degree. Drowley blocked by Killers. A lot of those shots that were not blocked in previous games. Team BDS finding a lot of Falcons defenders instead. And also conceding on the other side, and almost did so again. Monkey Moon can't get that one quick through as TRK and Killers combine to fend him off. Man, you're starting to see Falcons just get a little bit more confident, a lot of trust in each other. They're able to connect on really strong pass plays, and there's not too much panicking on the back end defensively. 40 seconds remaining. 3-goal game in favor of Falcons. And BDS trying to search for something here, but they are sent packing. Been very aggressive on the offensive front for a while, but that one, almost on target there for Killers, just going past the goal line. Time is starting to tick down, but this one does look like Falcons finally starting to turn things around. Better late than never. When you still have a life, you'll take it. Killers tried to get one back to TRK, and what can you say? Team Falcons, another team here on the World Championship stage in the final weekend of the season that's gone down 3 and started to claw their way back. 1 down, 3 to go. And
this situation, you got to take it game by game. And that's exactly what Falcons do in this particular situation.
I guess the Falcons took it home.
Assists from everyone. As Roas shot 2 for 3, TRK 2 for 5. Falcons get things going. And BDS actually start to look really awkward for the time being. It just felt like they were playing catch-up as Falcons dictated the pace.
In the RLCS, Team BDS has not beaten Falcons on land this season in 2 tries. Again, you have what happened in Riyadh at the Esports World Cup, but this is a different stage. And that might start creeping into the minds, if not of the players, certainly of their fans, of, well, wait a minute. How are we actually going to extinguish this team? Still need one more game, and as other teams have found so far today, getting that last win to close out a team at the end of the season is oh so difficult.
Yeah, because in those first games you feel so comfortable, but then when it comes down to it, you know, okay, this next shot, this next goal could put me in the grand finals. It's a little bit extra pressure, especially when you got the entirety of Dickies Arena watching. Here we go, game 5.
G2 waits in the wings for whoever emerges. Could Aquadome be the final resting place for the Team Falcons season? Not if DRK has anything to say about it. That's pushed wide, and now Roas throw it up there. Monkey Moon just lob it off. That is not great out of the BDS defense, but it's well enough. Here goes Drolly, and Killers makes the save around the interference. TRK, oh, looking for Roas and could not connect.
Now it's a numbers game here. White Drolly, nice pop, trying to buy some time, forcing Killers off to the side. Monkey Moon wants to keep that possession, but TRK tracks it. Not the best touch there off of Exotic, and Drolly wants to keep this up. Here's Killers though, good first touch, and Monkey Moon will clear away the danger for now.
It's a good job by Exotic as well, trying to screen off the oncoming attacker. Demo in the net though by TRK. And that hindered Team BDS at all. Roas so far back, will dive into the play. That is network for Exotic to address, and he does so as he has throughout most of this tournament, expertly well.
Now still Falcons with the pressure. TRK off that back wall, and Killers was there. He's trying again. Look at this, doesn't really leave the play necessarily, just tries to go up the wall, see if he can get a better approach. Falcons still hungry.
Execution's been better. Yes, Team Falcons for sure. They're actually testing BDS, and those shots aren't getting
aggressiveness there.
Oh, what a save by Monkey Moon coming back. And now Exotic back the other way, only Roas to beat, and he can't.
And sometimes you're seeing this from Falcons though. That aggressiveness can sometimes lead them low on boost. Roas had to track that ball with nothing in the tank. He can't afford to be in that position again. Killers though, pressing the pressure. Ball in front of the goal line. It's Exotic who will clear it away.
Oh, watch out, Exotic on the other side. Can he line this up? No. And it's Drolly's floater that sails away courtesy of TRK. Still scoreless through 2 minutes. Relatively tame compared to the last couple of games.
Like that for Killers. He saw Roas going up, decided to leave it for him. He was going to get the follow-up and then used it to keep this ball on BDS's side of the field. They're trying to play it around BDS, forcing them to use boost and maybe waiting for a good opportunity to hit the pass or throw something off speed, maybe even a fake to set up a potential shot. Halfway through game 5, that's a great drop to TRK. Got it! Falcons in front.
Got so many options to cover. Killers had a choice. Able to find TRK, who steps up in a big way. 4 goals now in the series to lead his squad. Can he continue leading them back from the brink of elimination? Monkey Moon just trying to delay. That's all they can do against Falcons lately. That ball's right on his head, and he's got plenty of boost to play that from the back, but he's burned most of it already. Monkey Moon against Killers. Easy stop. And Exotic read that. No, TRK is all over it first. Falcons, well, the execution's been better. They've also sped up just a little bit, and they're winning the race to those balls and the boost that they might have been losing in the first couple of games.
BDS still tracking the ball here. You can definitely tell Falcons starting to fight back has made an impact here. Lots of desperate dives and no real control when they do get time on the ball. That's the biggest difference maker here, but there's a demo on the play. Exotic, he has all that room to work with, tries to boom the ball upfield, and TRK is able to clear it and give it to Clears, who is going to take his time, forcing time down on the clock, playing a 50 to bring BDS out, and also buying his team time to rotate in.
They almost caught TRK on the back wall and knocked him away. That time Ross gets hit. Monkey Moon trying to win the race. It goes neutral, and TRK brings one back in that Monkey Moon has to save. A lot of token shots, not necessarily testing the BDS defense, but slowing them down, not letting them counter cleanly.
That's the point. Making sure that BDS does not get a clean counter. They don't get free space on the ball. They like BDS playing in this panicky style because it gives Falcons everything they want. Control of the pace of game. We're approaching the final minute, and BDS still knocking at the door, but Falcons holding on firm.
Where BDS were enjoying Falcons hesitating a bit on the offensive end in previous games. Now it's Team BDS having to go back, get boost, and taking their time on follow-up efforts. TRK just trying to keep that deep in the corner. Now Ross not in a scoring position, but Killers will slow this down. Inside 40 seconds, TRK looking for the dagger, but unable to find it. Ross will have a go. Slow play denied by Drolley. Monkey Moon and Exotic both up, and that could be a hindrance for BDS.